The Hall of Famer and the playmaker, 12 years in the NFL and 3 Super Bowl rings. The last time the Cowboys were dominant, he was the playmaker, and he is joining us, Michael Irvin, Pro Football Hall of Famer in studio. We got a lot of stuff, so we have been talking about this all day. I'm like, listen, fans can get a little grabby, but they're fans. So Yankee fans got kicked out for tonight's Game 5.
Right. Oh, yeah.
What did you make? Now J-Mac says you can't touch an athlete. So they did grab Mookie Betts. Mookie today said, I don't care. I'm over it. What would you do with him?
What, man, listen, this right here, these guys are national heroes. What are y'all talking about? Y'all got another game in New York. Right now, they're sitting in some bar. Even they don't, okay, they can't go to the game. But they going to be the star at the bar. Are you joking? They going to be the star. Hey, aren't you those guys? You're the reason we got another game. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Everybody, buy them a beer.
Did fans get in your face ever?
But okay, now you're walking out the tunnel, fans doing stuff. That's different. That's different. But that's part of the game. That's part of the game. I thought that was a home run, and you always told me to go for it. I was going for it. So he thought he had him a ball. Yeah, you fine. I understand that. That's good, boy. That's good. I can take that right there. I can take that.
Doesn't bother you.
That. Oh God, no. No, that's like yelling loud at the free throw. That's all. That's what that is.
Yeah, but you touched him. You touched Mookie.
But he was in my area. I didn't go on the field to touch him. He brought that glove over here.
Yeah,
that ball was over here.
You came into my area.
Yeah, he was in my area. I stayed here. Them kids, they didn't leave their area. Y'all got to be real.
Look at those
with
guys.
this.
They're saying, "Hey, right here." He came into us. Dude, we didn't go to him.
Let me help everybody with this. See, look at it the other way. Them poor fellas. Had they go and grab and no and didn't touch anything, they would have been the laughing stock for the rest of their lives.
No kidding.
They would have said, oh, my God, you had a chance. You could have affected the game, and you could have grabbed that ball and had it.
So among their peer group, they would have been laughed at.
Oh, my God. You guys know I'm right about this. They'd have killed those. They'd have killed those kids with a T. They're not just killed. They'd have killed. You know, they would have. They'd have made fun about them on social media in New York.
Okay.
The king of rude. We do what we want to do. We New Yorkers.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, they would have
How
torn
about
them
this
kids
one?
a piece.
Them
kids, they got some DMs from girls they never thought they could get. they were like, dude, guess who DM'd me? Yeah, that Instagram model. She said she saw me. Yeah. An influencer. I guarantee you they got some.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, she got some DMs is what I'm talking about.
Right. Obviously.
I don't want no trouble.
Okay, so the big story last week, Michael, is that former Cowboys are like, the facility tours are obnoxious, they're weird, they're cringy, and fans are waving at us. What did you make of that? Wow.
We can't, y'all. We can't do this. I'm stunned.
Why?
That's called stunned.
You're stunned that players are upset.
I'm stunned that I'm sitting here on national TV, using my most precious resource called time, spending my most precious resource called brain equity, speaking about this being a distraction to players that make $60 million a year. Now, you understand, back in the day, those practice facilities used to be way out, right?
Well, they weren't this nice.
Right, and they were never this nice. They were lost leaders. They were just lost money. So they moved them from one property, from a C property to maybe a B property, and they're building developments around it, and people are having offices and watching practice. Now, do you want to live in my year when we were making $6, $7, $8, $10 million a year? You go back to those old practices where nobody was watching. But your ass is in this year, and you're making $60 million a year. The way they got it to 60 is by moving in and letting those people watch. If you don't want people to watch, go back to making $5 and $6 and $8 million a year. Otherwise, shut the hell up and play football. Why is somebody walking around watching you eat lunch is a distraction? That's not a distraction, man. Let's stop coming up with stuff and making excuses for not showing up on the football field. Are you joking? Somebody watch me eat lunch. Come on, man. I cannot be the rational one. And I've seen this story make it on every network, everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is a story. I cannot be the rational one. It just doesn't sound humanly right.
Okay. All right, now another question. I heard you're hot on this. Anthony Richardson. Now, people say, well, Josh Allen struggled in his first 10 games, but here's where I defended Josh Allen. He went to a team with a defensive coach, no receivers, no run game, and he got good. His first 6 games to his last 6 his rookie year, he made a big leap. Anthony's got an offensive coach, a great back, a great line, 2 receivers. He's getting worse, like noticeably, with Shane Steichen. I think they had to make him – I don't think they wanted to do this. I think they look at their roster and think, we're the best. We have the best roster in this division. We got an impulsive owner in Jim Irsay. We got to win games. You don't like it?
Right. Well, the move.
You don't like
benching.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson. No, it was the right move.
You're okay with it?
It was the right move. I'm not okay with it because I hate seeing the young man go through these kinds of struggle. And we talk about this all the time because it's 2 things at play here. It's what's happening on the football field, but it's also what's happening inside a young man. Yeah. You know, and there are 2 things here. There's the professional him and the personal him. And we knew when you drafted him 4th overall.
He was raw.
That he was raw. He was raw. So, and putting him in a position where, okay, he has that ability and drafted 4th overall, and he's raw in his profession, let's make, an assessment that he's probably going to be raw in his person. And we got to make sure we undergird him correctly and not have these kinds of situations. You're the CEO of the company. You can't, in the history of football, we've never had a quarterback. I've never seen a quarterback tap his helmet and come out of the game.
When he said he was tired, what did you make of that?
Well, he's a running quarterback.
Right.
And I understand that. And yeah, if you're running and he's run a few plays, and people got to understand during the season, you really, if you're not very careful and diligently, do it diligently, you will get out of shape during the season as the season goes on because you do less running as they're trying to protect you.
You're also constantly rehabbing, trying to get healthy.
And rehabbing and everything, rehabbing. So you really got to take it upon yourself to run more. Troy, I'm telling you, I would run all the time. I would see him running at lunch, because their job, most of the time they're dropping back 3 steps, 5 steps, 7 steps. 3 steps. There's not a whole lot of running in that. So you got to add it, especially if you're making a living with your legs. And you got to understand that it has never happened in the history of the game. Now I can't put you back in the game because other guys will be in the locker room. I'm not worried. I worry about the kid, and then I worry about that locker room. And everybody in the locker room is saying, man, what are we doing here, man? We got a quarterback, man. The guy's tapping out. Clearly, he's not ready for this. That's why they have to sit him down.
He's losing the locker room.
They'll lose the locker room. They will lose the locker room. This is bigger than Jim Irsay. You'll definitely see Jim Irsay if you don't make sure you keep this locker room. There's no way to deny you'll be right in front of Jim Irsay if you lose this locker room. And that move he had to make, or he would have lost that locker room.
Yeah. Okay, so the biggest play of the weekend, Washington outplayed Chicago. Ooh. They deserved to win. I was happy the Hail Mary happened because Chicago had no business winning. We saw the kid screwing around, Tariq Stevenson. It's a mistake, okay? He's a kid. I would be mad, make him speak to the team. But is there a way, did you and Jimmy, did you guys practice Hail Marys?
Every day.
All the time?
Every day. And people have to understand there's a system to a Hail Mary. There's a system. And that's why, man, watching it, I was like, whoa, did you see this? I was telling guys earlier, I was at the Miami game, and Cam Ward He came over to the game. He grabbed the guy, the stick guy. Do we have a TV timeout? He said, no TV timeout. He said, I need it. Turned around, told coach, get the guys here. We're not going to have a TV timeout. I need to get it in. We got to go fast. I looked back to Bernie Kosar because we were all on the sideline. I said, what was that, Bernie? He said, man, it took me 5 years before I learned all of that. I was like, I didn't even know that stick man existed on the football field. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, so to me, that you're seeing leadership in a player that's beyond his years. What I saw in that Hail Mary was something beyond his years again. Now, the order of a Hail Mary, you have 3 men involved here, most important. You have a point man. His job is to go down and stand maybe a yard right inside the touchdown, right inside the goal line. So the
first guy, you want him to stand in front of the goal line.
Right in front of the goal line. Boom, face back, rebound position, basketball rebound position.
Could he be a tip guy?
Right. This, he is the point guy.
Okay.
The first guy, 1 yard inside the end zone, he is the point guy. The next guy, 4 yards outside the goal line, he is the front guy. Because their job, the defense, is taught to bat it down. So that guy is going to be the little quick guy, the fast guy. Yeah. So if it gets back down, we need him skitty and get your butt in his end zone some kind of way. Right. So he's going to be a fast guy. A guy like me, Noah Brown, we're going to be on the backside, 5 yards past past side the point man. And his job as the point man is to try to catch it. If he can't catch it, push it back, point it, kick it back, and Noah Brown gets it. But if they try to get it and hit it forward, then we got the front man to hit it. Now, I want you to go inside of a football game. These things are usually happening at the end of a game. And there are things that people haven't talked about. Now, first of all, even to get to the 50-yard line, you remember he had to throw that quick out there. So we were in a 2-minute drill just to get to the 50-yard line. That means everybody just line up playing. And then you get to the 50-yard line and throw the Hail Mary. You are damn exhausted. You are exhausted. You never get it set up as we practice it because there's never enough time for exhausted as you are to run 50 yards. No, it wasn't. He created the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is what
but by
I'm
the end of it,
about. That's what he did. The way he came, every time they back up and then the quarterbacks will come forward and go right or left. Right. But that's not enough time and they'll throw the ball. He backed up, went forward, went one way, then came back the other way. And then as he was coming to the side, he was going to throw it on. He still waited, get in position, and then threw that jump ball. I said to myself, that's beyond his years to understand a sense of timing when you're that young, everything is being rushed. It's incredible, and it's so beautiful to watch how he comes along, how he's coming along. But it's apropos for how they did it. What would you have done
if you coached the Bears with that Tariq Stevenson messing around with the fans?
Man, it's afterwards, and there's nothing you can do. We're not in the Jimmy Johnson years where you just made an example out of guys. And,
can't do that anymore.
Right, because you just can't do that anymore. So here, what you got to do is, and the sad part is he was supposed to be the guy that's boxing out.
Yeah.
That's boxing out Noah Brown. Yeah. And that's only one doo-doo. That's only one doo-doo that you didn't get the box out. Now, the other doo-doo for me is now you come running in and everybody's in position to play basketball, to knock the ball down. But when you come running in with that inertia, you knocked everybody off where they were going, and you were the one to kick the ball back to Noah Brown. That's the second doo-doo. You see what I'm saying?
Also, they had a spy on Jayden Daniels that felt like a wasted defender.
Right, but that's on God's gift shoulders down, though. What we talking about, what Jayden Daniels doing is his ability to understand things shoulders up. Yeah. But when he was getting away from the rushers, that's just what God just said, and just gave him that kind of gift. But he's smooth.
Michael Irvin, the playmaker, defending righteously. Michael made a good point, J-Mac. Mookie Betts sort of came into their space.
Who came to me? I'm innocent.
Their parking spot. He nudged his car into their parking spot.
Right. If those dudes came on the field for that ball, that's a different story.
It is. Throwing stuff's a different story. Going on the field's a different story. In all your years, was there? I remember years ago, There was a player named Mike Curtis. He was a linebacker. Somebody came on the field and he tackled him. In all your years of high school, college, pro, let's just go college, pro. Did any fan ever run on the field?
No, I've never had.
I was going to say, most people are smart enough not to.
Not that I remember. And you got to remember, too, Colin, I was always playing for one of the majors, like St. Thomas Aquinas High School, the University of Miami, the U, or the Dallas.
You had real security.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
There was real security there because they're one of the majors.
This wasn't a D3 school.
Yeah, that was always good. You know what I mean? We had the real po-po over there.
The real po-po.
We didn't have the renters.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.